if like for Oregon, if Auburn ends up playing really good and wins out a lot of their games, it'll make Oregon look better.
Yeah.
And then if they beat Washington, Washington continues to have, not lose anymore, and they beat them in the. Would they play each other in their conference championship?
I don't know how the Pac-12 works.
Yeah.
But
I know there's one conference that's like shares, or they don't do that anymore, do they?
I know the Big 12 was the really jacked up conference when they don't have a championship.
They do now, though.
They do now?
Yeah,
okay.
I think that was, yeah. Well, because last year, Oklahoma and Texas played. So, yeah, I know it was one of the conferences that did that, but whatever. So, we'll skip this one and we'll hit that dead last.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. West Virginia and Mizzou. Honestly, I was surprised that they beat West Virginia by that much. I mean, it was 38-7.
Yeah, I mean, where was that in week 1?
I mean they struggled. Did they lose to Wyoming?
Yeah, they lost to Wyoming.
So, or it was Wyoming they played. I got their game and Kentucky's games mixed up.
Yeah, well, one lost and one won.
Yeah.
So.
I was a little surprised with Mizzou. They played a lot better. I think Kelly Bryant played a more better game too.
Yeah, I mean, week too late though. That's a season ruiner. Week 1 for a team that had high expectations. Can they even go to a bowl
game though? Anyways, did that ever get?
I don't know about that one.
They may be ongoing. I don't know. But yeah, it's a big improvement from last week.
Yeah,
sure, especially for Kelly Bryant. He looked a lot better.
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't fumble the ball the whole game.
He could have literally done anything in that game and looked better than week 1.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
I guess he didn't want to set the standard too high.
Yeah.
But what about South Carolina and Charleston Southern 72-10? I know it's Charleston Southern, but golly, they put up 778 yards of offense with the backup.
Yeah, and that might tell you Jake Bentley's just not the guy.
I've been trying to tell my buddy Malik. I've been like, Jake Bentley is, he didn't have a good year last year, and maybe this is a blessing in disguise because Jake Bentley's out for the season.
Oh, did they upgrade him out to the season?
Yeah, because if he was going to have surgery on his foot, he was out.
Okay.
And so this guy's he's the new starter, and man, he had a heck of a game. And this is actually his brother was the player that committed suicide. Was it last year or the year before? He played for Washington, or it was like Nebraska. It was like Washington, Nebraska, Houston, or Wisconsin, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I mean, some people may remember, exactly, but I mean, just hearing that story and how his family, I mean, a loss like that is rough, and this being his first college football start, debut. I mean, he had a good. I mean, he had a good day. I mean, he was throwing the ball excellent. I can look up his. I mean, he was 24 for 30, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's good. That's a good first day.
Yeah. So,
okay, we had to pause for a second because my dog was being crazy, barking at himself in the mirror. So, now what were you saying, Mason?
It'll just be interesting to see how he plays against better competition.
They play Alabama this week.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Oh, and that's an 11 o'clock game. That's crazy.
Yeah, it just dawned on me too. I mean, now I see why they're kind of complaining because.
What you did? I mean, come on, it's South Carolina.
Yeah, but it's an SEC game.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I think it works in advantage for Alabama because, I mean, God, if they play at like 3 o'clock, it's going to be hot in South Carolina. Yeah. That'll work better for South Carolina because they're used to it. I mean, it's hot in Alabama, but I mean, I think South Carolina's a little worse. It's like gets like 100 degrees over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move on to the other games. Let's see what we got here. What, Ole Miss and Arkansas?
I didn't watch any of this one. I don't really know. I don't even know the final score.
31-17.
Okay.
You want to take a pass on this one? Because, to be honest with you, I didn't see this game either.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I don't
we're
know
not
anything
doing.
about it.
We're not being real good in our coverage for Ole Miss and Arkansas this week. Sorry, guys. Kentucky and Eastern Michigan.
You know, you got anything specific?
I know the
about it?
quarterback got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, they lost him for the year.
Did they really?
Yeah, he's done for the year. I think he tore his ACL.
Man, you think that's it's going to hurt him?
Well, absolutely, yeah, but I didn't think they was that good to begin with. They're not going to beat Florida this weekend.
No, yeah, I think Florida's going to win too.
With or without him, Florida was going to win. So
yeah, and I don't think Florida's the best team in the SEC East by far. I mean, I think they're second or third.
Yeah,
I don't know who's the second man anymore. Honestly, I mean, my prediction for second kind of just decided not to even play this year.
Yeah, I don't even. I think I had Florida number 2, but I mean, it doesn't seem like any of them really want to play this year.
There's a big difference between Georgia and the rest of the teams.
For what it seems like.
Yeah. Next we have Florida and UT Martin. UT Martin's a small school up in Tennessee.
Yeah, but better than the school in Tennessee, which is Tennessee.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know. I mean, you look at the teams in Tennessee, and everybody's putting Tennessee at the bottom.
Yeah, but I don't
care if it's jokes or not.
Yeah, UT Martin got smoked.
Yeah,
it was 45-0. They don't have really a premier football team. My cousin went there for school, but Georgia, Murray State doesn't surprise him. 63-17, business as usual.
Yeah, nothing spectacular.
Kind of like Alabama. I mean, until we get a good measuring stick, I mean, it's going to be what you expect.
Yeah,
them to get some points on the board and kind of run it up a little bit, and then kill the rest of the clock out. So, which there's Mississippi State and Southern Miss that played.
I didn't even know they were playing either. I mean, honestly, with the cupcake games and
yeah, for sure, I'll be ready to get into the real thick of the SEC gauntlet for all these teams.
Yeah, I was pretty much done with football after that BYU Tennessee game. So,
well, and that's where it brings us to our next game.
Yeah, man, I mean, you can say that it's not on Jeremy Pruitt, and you can say that it's not on the offense. You can say it's not on the defense, but somebody called that play with 20 seconds left in the game and allowed BYU to get in field goal range to tie the game.
What play?
When it was an 8-man drop, I guess it was a prevent defense.
Oh yeah.
And they let a guy get behind him somehow, 8-man drop, and whoever designed that defense should have been fired on the spot.
Is it the defense or the safeties in the corners though? Because I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you drop 8 players, then you shouldn't lose a person.
When you're in prevent defense, you're not supposed to let anybody get behind you. I didn't even get to catch the game, but I knew the aftermath of it because you were blowing my phone up.
Yeah, I mean it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I can see your frustration, man, for sure.
Then to blow it in double overtime to BYU.
How did they win, by field goal?
No, Tennessee kicked a field goal, and then BYU scored the touchdown when they got the ball.
Just couldn't move the ball.
No, because Garantano, he's got to go. I mean, he's the biggest poor excuses of a quarterback as I've ever seen. He's so confident in his throws. He thinks he can fit the ball anywhere. He can't do nothing.
He has not progressed at all.
He's degressed.
Yeah, still a lot of your high school quarterbacks come from high school. They think they can just fit in each window, but you're playing against better teams now. I mean, it's college football.
And this dude, they must have picked him up from like the local PCRA or the local YMCA,
the rec league.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he looks like he's never touched a football in his life. His first touchdown to Juwan Jennings, he threw into triple coverage and it got tipped and fell in Juwan Jennings' hands.
That's because Juwan Jennings is the best player on the team.
Yeah, he's the only one that gives any cares at all about that program.
Yeah, man, I feel for him. I mean, I'm not saying every player is bad over there, but something's wrong over there. This should be happening all the time, and I don't know if I don't think it's all on Jeremy Pruitt. He's still the head coach. He took that responsibility, but there's an outside force somewhere that's hurting them with recruiting. Because I mean, when you look at Tennessee, would you want to go to Tennessee if you were a top recruit?
Well, honestly, if you go to Alabama as a top recruit, and then you're just another guy. If you go to Tennessee and you perform at an elite level and bring that program back to relevant, then you're looked at as someone who's going to have a statue built. That's
the thing, but, I mean, how many players are like, man, I'm going to go to this school and make them good? Because, I mean, a lot of people want to play on good teams. They don't want to go to a trash team. I'm not just talking about Tennessee directly.
Well,
because I think Tennessee can be a good team. It's just they got to fix a couple of things, and it could be like the glory years.
Yeah, and the thing that bugged me the most about Jeremy Pruitt was that he's adamant in his decision with sticking with Garantano. For whatever reason, I don't know if I mean
they may not have anybody else.
They have a freshman as a backup. I mean, throw the freshman in there, see what he's got, give him some experience. This guy's going nowhere.
Maybe the second games, I don't know. Which I mean, it may happen. Garantano keeps sucking it up. He may finally throw that freshman in and try it out. I mean, he's got to do something because I mean his name keeps popping up in the hot seat. It's only his second year, but I mean he's losing some bad games.
Yeah, and
they're close games, but it's just games
to nobodies.
Like BYU is, I mean, I think BYU's a better loss than Georgia State.
I don't know. I mean, way they lost the BYU is just.
I'm just saying, BYU has been known to have at least a decent team. Georgia State was 2-10 last year.
Yeah, I mean, you can't lose either one of them games.
No, and if y'all lose to Chattanooga, I mean, there's going to be couches burning in Tennessee.
If they lose to Chattanooga, and either Garantano's not benched, and they decide to go with him, then Jeremy Pruitt's got to go before week 4. He's got. I don't care if they have to pay him $9 million for his buyout. They got to get rid of him.
I've seen reports of Philip Former coming in as a coach, and I don't think that's the answer either.
Well, I mean,
let's be honest. His last years there were not good years.
They were winning records. I mean, they were relevant. They were
Philip Former
in the top 25.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, this is not good. Where Philip Fulmer is, that's what we're trying to. That would be peak excellence right now for the program. I mean, let's be honest.
Just being in the top 25 would be a long shot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Especially I feel for Tennessee. I want to see them do good. I mean, we haven't seen them relevant years since that year y'all went 5-0 the first 5 games.
And how Philip Fulmer got the head coaching job to begin with. He undercut the coach. So I mean, what's to say he's not going to do it again?
That's true. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to expect out there. So
me neither. But he did not look happy at that press conference.
Which one? Philip Former?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw memes about that, and it's.
Yeah.
What was Jeremy Pruitt called it? Instead of the red zone, he called it the red area.
I don't know. He's just.
I mean, I don't know if that's normal. I've never heard it before. So I was like, I
want him to succeed, but right now he's I would take Derek Dooley back in a heartbeat. I mean,
Oh man.
at least he's a likable guy. I mean,